When I was in Mount Athos, I got something I'm going to put behind you here, which was this uh, stamped cloth that's used when somebody is going to be buried. They place it over them. And I was in Carrez, which is kind of the administrative capital of Mount Athos. And they were selling these. They're like, let's bring it in, I'll show it to you here. Wait, get the right side here. It's quite long, and that's why I've hung it up here behind me. But it starts off with the lower part is the life of Christ. If you can see it there, the life of Christ. Then you have his crucifixion. Let's bring it up here. So you have, I presume it's St. John and the Blessed Mother, and at the top you have the resurrection. And so this is it. You can see it behind me there. I've put it up there, and I just thought, I'll just stand it up here if I can see. You can see it here. So I'll just bring it in from the top to the bottom. So at the top you have our Lord's resurrection. Then you have the crucifixion. And then you have, I presume, his apostolic life, etc., etc. It's got printed here, Agia Oros, which is Athos, etc., etc. So that was they cost €5 each on the mountain. I said, I'm going to get myself one of those someday when I die, which will happen to all of us. You can't avoid it. Instead of, in a coffin there presented with a suit and a pair of rosary beads, and of course I'll have my rosary beads, but I would like something more that when people look at me, that they would see something about the realities of who Christ is. He is the resurrection. He did rise from the dead. That did actually happen. We believe in a risen Christ, and he gives hope. So many people don't believe, they don't have hope, they don't understand the reality of our existence, what we are called, what is our mission in life, what we are called to do. And as Christians, we are called to look on death in a very different way than the secular world calls to look on it, because for them, for this world, life begins at whenever you want it to begin, and it ends whenever you want to end it, and that's it. There's nothing else after it. It's they can't give any explanation to the deepest desires of our life. They cannot. Our secular world cannot fulfill the deepest desires of our life, and Christ comes to give us life and give us an abundance. And I just thought it was a fascinating thing to see this shroud. Well, that's really what it is, an Orthodox shroud. Now, to any Orthodox looking at me and seeing this hung behind me, I don't know if this is how you're supposed to even present it, in a blog. So if I'm offending anybody unintentionally, I do apologize. I'm just blogging here about this shroud that they cover bodies with on Mount Athos, which I thought was an interesting artifact. And there was so many different things there that I did like. They had a beautiful tapestry, not tapestry, like embroidered picture of, say, the Assumption, the Dormition of Our Lady, and during feasts they would push it out in the church and they'd put flowers around it and you could venerate it. And I also bought, this is like icon unboxing, I also bought an icon, which I normally don't do because they are expensive, especially when you're getting the real ones. So just show you what I did. I won't tell my wife how much I paid for it. here is I'll just show you one thing. This is the document that you get when you want to get onto Mount Athos. The Diamontrion. I'm sure I'm butchering it, but that's the document to get onto Mount Athos. And this is the icon that I bought, which is, you can see it's very, very beautiful. I don't know if you can actually see it. It's physically painted, and then on the back it has the stamp and the wax stamp. So it is very beautiful. I was trying to think, how am I going to protect it? Maybe I should frame it, because it wasn't cheap. I don't want it knocked around, but I just thought it's very, very, very beautiful. And I do like I do like the art that they have there, so that was the icon that I bought on that. So some of the things that I have, I've lots of incense, and I've lots of prayer ropes and stuff like that. But I just thought that this funeral shroud or coffin shroud, maybe some Orthodox could actually correct and put it in the comments how exactly is it called. But I thought it's a beautiful tradition that they have of covering the body with this, that it connects to the resurrection. We are an Easter people. We are called, we have this hope, this great hope of union with God, with a God that loves us, and we have to give this to the world, because so many people have lost hope. They can't understand. They don't know how to cope with suffering or with the trials of life. And God gives great peace. Anyway, that's just some of the stuff I bought when I was on Mount Athos. And I thought that shroud that's behind me here, I just see it here. There you can see it. I'll let it focus. Let this focus here. Yeah, there you can see it there. That's the shroud that that they covered the bodies with, which I thought was really interesting. Really, it depicts so much into it. You don't need to read ancient Greek or Greek to understand what is being depicted there. The life, death, and resurrection of our Lord, and we are called to follow him in life, through the cross, and to his resurrection. Anyway, God bless you. Take care. Bye bye.